Okay, hey, this is my Fender Super Amp. It's a 1993 Pro Tube Super Amp, not a Super Reverb. Even though it looks like a Super Reverb, it is a 410 amp. And it has a clean channel, and you can see two inputs there. Of course, everything a normal clean channel have, a volume, treble, and a bass, and a mid-range. And on the next channel, there's this is supposedly the overdrive channel. There's two gain knobs there. There's gain 1 and gain 2, and of course that channel has its own EQ, which is good. You can EQ that channel the way you want to. And then there's something called a mix knob and the reverb knob all the way over to the right. But the mix knob, it controls whatever you put in the effects loop. You can mix as much effects into it as you want to, and the effects loop is switchable. It actually changes the tone of the amp, and in conjunction with the mix knob, depending on what you have in there, what you don't have in there, you can just about use that mix knob for a presence knob. It does add and take away more highs and more bass. So what I have in the effects loop right now is this thing right here. It's called a volume box, and this is going to allow me to crank the amp up and get a little bit of overdrive on the clean channel. It doesn't drive hard. It overdrives very lightly, and I can get that on the clean channel. This volume box is something I paid for on eBay. I think I paid about $10 for it. And you run it into the effects loop. The only downside of it is it does take some of the highs out of the amp. So we're going to run that and see what the amp sounds like with driving it with. Okay, I'm profiling the clean channel on the Fender Super, and like I said, I have the volume box here. I have the volume box on, and this mix knob right now is turned all the way over to 10, which means everything is going through the volume box. And this is what that sounds like. Crunch out of it. I'll turn the volume box down a little bit. Okay, let's see what kind of difference we can get in the sound if I turn the mix knob, sit over to about 7. Well, it's louder for one. Of the natural sound of the amp. It's something about the volume box. It'll give you crunch. But well, it's okay, but it takes a little bit of something from the amp. more of what the natural amp sounds like. Turn the mix. I'll turn the mix all the way down to maybe say 5, and I've turned the volume box off altogether. And so I've turned the amp maybe down to around 4. This is what the amp sounds like more on the natural side. Up there, but that's what it sounds more on the natural side.